Today, for my fourth video for Fangirl Probs, I'm going to be talking about The Host, which honestly I think is one of the best books I have read since Divergent. And if you guys know what I'm talking about with Divergent, you understand how good this is then. Because it is by Stephenie Meyer, who wrote the Twilight series. And I know a lot of you are kind of iffy about the Twilight series, you either kind of love it or you kind of hate it. Because it was kind of cheesy, the movies were, but the books were fantastic. And what I love about The Host is that it wasn't just romance like Twilight was. It wasn't just about Edward being able to be with Bella and the whole vampire and then loving her daughter and everything. It was so much more. It was about Wanderer having to choose between the humans and the souls, about her having to choose between Ian and Jared, about having to try to put Melanie first with things and put Jamie first, and how much there's so much confliction she had. And it was just, I can't even describe to you how much I loved it. Like, it hurt my soul to end it. And see the pun I did there? Soul. Yeah, I'm funny. Now, if you guys have not read The Host, I advise you to stop watching this video because there are going to be spoilers, and because I think you're crazy and you need to go get The Host. So, go. Now, I think my favorite character would have to be Wanderer, and I refuse to call her Wanda because I'm sorry, that sounds like one of my grandma's friends, okay? But she was just, I loved her. I loved how she was always thinking of others first, and how she just, I know it was part of the Souls thing to think of others first, but even as she started to find, like, human habits, she still stuck with being peaceful and loving, and I loved that about her. One thing I didn't like was how she always was thinking about Melanie, because Melanie honestly was kind of a turd. Some of you really like Jared and Melanie's relationship, but I am such an Wanda fan. I love Ian and Wanderer together. I think that's like the best match. I think it's better than Bella and Edward were. And I'm sorry if I continue to use like little Twilight like comparisons, but I couldn't help thinking of Twilight when I read this. So I hope I was not the only one that just wanted like Sharon and her mom dead. Because, okay, so I don't mean I really wanted them dead, but I hated them. They were the worst characters I think I've ever known. Okay, like, besides, like, you know, Sebastian from City of Bones, and Peter from Divergent, and, you know, all those evil jerks. But they were terrible, because they could barely look at Wanderer whenever she came in a room, even after, like, she sat with Walter all night when he was dying, when they had that whole cryo tank thing, and she helped him get all the stuff for Jamie, and she, like, risked her own life to help everybody. It was, I did not like that. They were not nice people. I hope they rot in hell. I think one of my favorite parts was when they're waking Jamie back up after Wanderer and Jared go on that secret raid, and he's like, why is Sharon in a headlock? And Jared's like, she's in a bad mood. And I'm like, isn't she always in a freaking bad mood? I was kind of conflicted at the end because I couldn't decide if I wanted Wanderer to just die and like be at peace and not have to go into another soul spot or host's body. But then when I realized like what they did when they moved her into that other body, which I knew it was gonna happen, I kind of liked that because, yeah, she did deserve peace, but she also deserved to be with Ian, you know, like, and they said it sounded like this host had really never had like an emotion, because it sounded like they were taken like right as they were a baby, so I guess she wasn't really doing any harm by doing that, and I know she deserved to be with Ian, and Ian deserved happiness and all that. I was very happy about that. The very ending, when they find like these 6 people that look like seekers but they're really humans, and then they find that guy called Burns, I think he was, and he's from the Fire Planet, who turns out to be best friends with the humans that they just met, I was like, Okay, Stephenie Meyer, I see what you did there, because isn't it in Breaking Dawn when they're about to have that fight with the Volturi? When Alice comes back and finds that kid from Brazil, it's just like Renesmee. Yeah, yeah. Getting a little, cliche there, Stephenie. But, you know. There have been rumors that there's going to be like 2 or 3 books for the host and everything, and I don't know how I feel about that, because, you know, we always want more of what the series was. Like, I know all of us wanted that Midnight Sun stuff to come out after Twilight ended, but no, people leaked it, so we're not allowed to have it. Whatever. But it's just like, it ended so well. It kind of threw me off when they found these new humans. Like, I I kind of was like ready for it to end. You know, like my heart was set on, okay, Wander and Ian are gonna be together. But now I want to see like the whole human resistance like rise and change back all the souls and becomes friends with the souls that like are good inside, like Wanderer was and everything. And I'm just very conflicted about that as well. Stephenie Meyer, what are you doing to my emotions? Well, thank you guys for watching my whole host fangirl probs video. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and feel free to leave comments in the little YouTube-y comment box they got. Yeah.